digging deeper tonight after Arizona Public Service announced it's vowing to have 100% clean energy by 2050.
The goal is to produce carbon-free power for its customers, and as Courtney Holmes shows us, it's a decision critics say is long overdue and will continue to cost customers for years.
It's still a few years out, but emissions from Four Corners coal power plant will be a thing of the past.
The target is all about decarbonization.
Arizona Public Service announced the plant's 2031 closure as part of its plan to be emission-free by the year 2050.
Over the past year, we've taken a hard look at our current resource mix.
Spokesperson Jenna Rowell says it's a result of Proposition 127, the 2018 ballot initiative funded by now presidential candidate Tom Steyer.
It was clear that Arizonans were interested in clean energy.
APS spent $38 million to defeat the measure. That would have mandated 50% of its power come from renewables like solar and wind, no matter the cost. She says this voluntary timetable is more flexible.
We wanted to send a signal into the marketplace now that we intend to do this, and we will need a lot of investment in research and development.
It's like congratulating someone because they promised they're going to stop beating their dog. They shouldn't have done that in the first place.
APS critic Abhay Padgalkar says the announcement is good for the environment, but ultimately ratepayers will still be on the hook to pay for any new clean investments and old dirty ones.
All the investments that were made to resuscitate these ancient, filthy plants and keep them going.
Millions of dollars have gone into Four Corners since 2010. In 2014, APS spent $182 million for a majority ownership of the plant. In 2015, the company paid out $160 million in a settlement with the EPA about emissions, then spent another $400 million to update the plant.
And guess who's on the hook for all of that? The ratepayer, every step of the way.
Including an additional 10% of what was invested. Padgalkar calls it a perverse incentive, rewarding companies for putting more money into outdated plants.
It's not the company, it's the system that is screwed up, as far as the ratepayers are concerned.
An administrative law judge has already deemed those most recent investments by APS as prudent. Now it's up to the Arizona Corporation Commission to decide whether or not to pass those costs along to customers in its latest rate case. In the newsroom, Courtney Holmes, ABC 15, Arizona.